Okay. Welcome to Backstreet's Back, whatever, a podcast. I'm Taylor.
I'm Jacob.
And this is our spooky Halloween episode. You know why it's spooky? Because I'm dead inside. Oh. That's why.
Good. Great. The joke is, you can't go off that. That was dark. I was going to say spooky because it wasn't spooky. And it's supposed to be spooky.
Yeah.
What is the day today? It's the 27th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, should we put this out on Halloween?
Ooh, maybe.
Instead of tomorrow? No, we'll do tomorrow.
We'll do whatever we want. Yeah.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween, yeah. It's Halloween whenever we want it. It's Halloween weekend, so.
It is.
Yeah.
What are you dressed up as right now?
What am I dressed up as? That's a good question. I'm dressed up as someone with self-respect, so we'll go with that. What are you dressed up as?
I am dressed up as Johnny Cash.
Ooh,
all in black.
You are all in black. Well done. I don't know how I missed that.
And
I'm
together,
sorry.
And together, you and I are the Backstreet Boys album, Black and Blue, because you are wearing a blue
That's
sweater,
true.
and I'm wearing
black
like always.
That's true. It's almost like we planned it that way, but we didn't.
Right.
So there. That's great.
God.
So when we talked about this Halloween episode, we were like, what could we do? And you came up with the idea of talking about everybody Backstreet's Back.
Yes.
And then I had seen on Instagram and other Facebook pages the Slash Street Boys. I thought that's perfect for a Halloween episode. And some other cute ideas that we have for today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And not that spooky, but we'll try to make it spooky.
Yeah, let's make it spooky.
But before we begin, anything going on with you, Taylor, or in our Backstreet world since last time?
Do you want to start with Backstreet World or my world? Because both are two very different things.
Whichever one you want to do.
Okay. Personally, I have started dating, which I think is perfect for a Halloween episode because it's terrifying and it's scary. So that's what's going on. Yeah.
Mazel Tov.
I feel like you didn't really mean that.
Why? Because I said it the exact same way I say everything?
Yes.
Oh. So if I really mean something, then I say it differently than how I say?
So.
Oh. All right.
You're so serious when you said it.
Mazel Tov.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks.
Was that the same or was that better?
I have no clue.
Mazel
No clue.
Tov.
Thanks. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks. In our Backstreet world, I think some of the cool updates was that I ordered our merchandise, and that came in a few days ago, and it actually doesn't look like crap, which I think is great.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It sincerely is actually legitimate quality products and
Good use of the word product.
Product, right? Yeah. Thanks. Only 2 drinks in, everyone. Only 2 drinks in. Yeah, no, I really
4 minutes and 20 seconds in and already 2 drinks in. Is that what you meant? You've had 2 drinks in 4 minutes?
No, just for the day.
Oh,
for the day. No, so I ordered from our merchandise the canteen mug for Jacob, the baseball tee, the coffee mug, and the tote bag. I'm in love with the tote bag. Jacob's in love with the canteen mug, so much so that you can't tell, but he's swiveling the canteen mug in front of the mic right now.
If you can hear this is whiskey in my canteen. Just call me Canteen Boy. It's an Adam Sandler reference.
I got that. But the catchy mug was you loved it so much that you almost fought with Natalie about it.
Yes. For those of you who don't know who Natalie is, she is a mutual best friend.
Oh, that's so sweet. She's going to love that. She texted Jacob yesterday saying, "Hey, best friend, I love this canteen mug. You're going to give it to me, right?" And then Jacob basically was like, "What the hell are you trying to do?" Yeah. And then Jacob texts me saying, "Don't you dare give her that canteen mug." So I'm not trying to poach the canteen mug by any means, but I'm just saying that it has divided friends. That is how good it is. So now you have to buy it to know what we're talking about.
I would even go further to say, instead of saying good, I would say great. That's how
true.
Great it is.
That's how great it is. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think that's exaggerated at all.
No, not at all.
I do have that other Backstreet update I could tell you about that we talked about today.
I forgot, so remind me.
Today, I discovered on Instagram this girl, not her official name, at least I would hope not, but her Instagram name is Brian's Nostrils. And I'll be honest, I can't take anyone seriously whose name is Brian's Nostrils. I can't, right? But she had put a Facebook post that was like, "I'm doing this cover of AJ's new song," which we'll talk about in a little bit. And she did a cover for it. And, I hear covers from time to time of, like, fans doing songs, and they're all right. It's not important what I think. But, I listened to her, and I was like, oh, my God, she is seriously talented. She is really good. Yeah. And I made you listen to her, too.
Yep.
And she did guitar, and she did, like, acoustic vocals. And I had to message her right away because she was amazing. And I said, "I think you're really talented. Would you like to do some songs on our podcast?" And, she said she would be honored to. I find it really, if I could be brutally honest for a minute, I feel like it is surreal to me when someone feels honored or flattered when we ask them to do something for our podcast, because I feel like, who the fuck are we? You know what I mean? Like, I'm being honest. Like we're just doing this podcast, and then these people that reach out to us that like our stuff or say we're funny, and I'm being honest, like, they say we're funny, and they say they love listening to us, and they say, "I would be honored to be on your podcast." I'm like, who the hell am I that, or we, you know what I mean? So it means a lot when people say that, and it means a lot when people really want to be on here. But she said she wanted to, and in 2 weeks from now, we're going to be doing the Millennium episode. So we've asked her to do 2 covers from Millennium. We won't tell you what they are. You'll have to tune in to listen. And she agreed to do that. So thank you to Brian's Nostrils. I'll find out your real name eventually, I swear, for doing that. And that's my 2 cents.
Nice.
Yeah. What's new in your world?
In my world, let's see. My back hurts a lot.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I'm sorry.
And then aside from that, I've been doing some drawing lately. I'll show you a picture of a snake I drew.
Ooh, you need to post that. That's really good. Did you see someone, one of our favorite fans, Backstreet Baby 97, put that funny comment that you did for the promo with Howie on the bus?
No, I didn't.
She put as a comment, she said, "Does Howie look terrified because Jacob's driving the bus?" And then, so see how, like, the fans are now incorporating you into comments.
But she lives across the pond, though, right?
She does.
So they don't have do they have Megabus? I think they do have Megabus in the UK.
I don't know if they do.
Backstreet Baby 69.
97.
97.
Mm-hmm.
If you have never taken the Megabus, do it, and then you will know why Howie is screaming. Because it is definitely not. I hate driving. Driving gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
When I first started playing GTA 5 for the PlayStation, I failed a lot of missions because I drove really slow.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And I would and some of the missions are like timed, like you have to get like from point A to B in like a certain amount of time in like a fast car. But I would always like stop and slow down and pay attention to the lights. But now I got over that.
Oh, good.
So now I can drive really fast.
Yay.
So maybe I should actually try that for real and just drive really fast in a car.
Yeah,
real.
I think you should.
Yeah.
You're missing out on some good opportunities.
Well, when you get your car,
I know.
then we'll take
or
a
my
little,
license, for that
or your
matter.
license. Yeah, because we are both still in high school, right?
Sometimes it seems like that. Let me tell you, I'm not a driver, and I am brand new to dating, and I'm in love with the Backstreet Boys. I must be 16 years old. Like, that must be the only explanation.
Right. And I hate everybody and don't want to talk to anybody, so I am also just a little angsty 17-year-old turd.
Go us. All right, so we spent a good part of this evening watching Everybody Backstreet's Back, which is perfect for Halloween. For any of you who haven't seen Everybody, number one, why are you listening to this podcast? But number two, you need to pause this and watch Everybody, because if you're going to watch a Backstreet Boys video, this is the video to watch, in my opinion. Right. But it's perfect for Halloween because they are all of these spooky characters. And, fun fact, I'm just going to plug our merchandise one more time. Since it's Halloween season, this is the best time to buy our merchandise because we have all of those creepy characters that Jacob did on the logo. So, back to your regular scheduled programming. Buy our stuff. Anyway, we watched the Everybody video, and it is all the boys. They're on the tour bus. Their bus breaks down, and they're in front of this spooky castle, and they have to stay there overnight. And Brian is tussling around in his bed, and it's like midnight, and he finds a dead, I assume is a rabbit, in the bed, and then they transform into these monster creatures, which totally made sense to do for a Halloween episode. So we watched it a couple times. And we watched the behind-the-scenes footage, and, that's my 2 cents.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, not only did we watch the video, we watched it like 3 times, or maybe 2.5 times. 2.5 at least. Yeah. We watched it 2.5 times, and also we watched did you say that we watched the behind-the-scenes?
We did.
We watched the behind-the-scenes, all-access video. You can find that on YouTube. And so I took notes for both the video and the all-access.
Same.
Okay. So why don't we jump in? Why don't you do your questions?
Okay.
Or just whatever you
My
wrote
thoughts.
down, and then we'll talk about it, and then we can jump over to mine.
All right, so I wrote down that the director that did the Everybody video is Joseph Kahn.
Yep.
He's actually very well known. He did music videos for J-Lo, a majority of the latest Taylor Swift videos, like Bad Blood,
Yep. That was his
Style.
That was like, aside from the Country Music 2017 award, his most recent award for a music video was 2015 for the Bad Blood.
Oh, nice. Okay. I didn't even know that.
I looked it up.
Oh, nice. He did Maroon 5, Eminem, Lady Gaga, so he's really well known.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like his music video style. I know he did another video for them. I don't remember what it was, but he did this video. This video is definitely one of my favorites of all time. I honestly it's one of my favorite music videos of all time. I feel like it's really fun and creative. I wish that the Backstreet Boys did more fun videos like that. Not that I'm hating on their music videos, but I think it's one of the most creative ones they've ever done. So I definitely think it's a good one. And they did this. We talked about in episode 1 how Backstreet's Back can be confusing because when the Americans first heard of Backstreet's Back, they were just coming out. So it doesn't make any sense why they did Backstreet's Back. But originally, Backstreet's Back was the first single off of their second European album, which makes perfect sense.
Which is what they say in the All Access.
They do.
It says this is the first know it's probably AJ, because AJ like
Yeah.
hosted the All Access. He said something like, "This is the first video, or for the first single off our second album." Maybe he said second European album too. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he said second album, and then and originally, if you had bought the Backstreet Boys album when it was first released in America, that song was not on their album, and then they re-released it with everybody on there. And I was reading through Wikipedia, because I totally did Wikipedia for this song, that their management company was like, well, if you want to re-release this song, maybe you could just say that it's like, oh, we're back in America. And I have to say, I'm glad that they didn't do that, because I feel like that just sounds cheesy as hell, and that would not at all like appeal to me. Yeah. So it's kind of fine that there's some confusion with it, and I'm glad that they didn't use that as the narrative for using Backstreet's Back. So, yeah. And then, of course, each of the boys is a horror movie character. We have Howie, who is Dracula, Kevin, who is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Brian, who is the Wolfman, Nick, who is the Mummy, and AJ, who is the Phantom of the Opera. So I thought it'd be really fun if we all if you had, so this is me, like as I'm watching this video a couple times, I gave them all their own award for what their costume was. So if you want to give your own awards or words or thoughts from each of the costumes, you can tell me. But you want to hear mine?
Sure.
Okay. So
what are the awards?
Well, in my head, I nominated them for their own individual thing. But you can...
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, yeah. Okay, I get it.
So for Howie, I nominated him for the scariest costume. I actually thought that his was the scariest. Like when he
His is my favorite.
His was your favorite?
Oh,
okay. So I couldn't...
It is scary too.
Yeah, I couldn't decide on favorite. I really couldn't, because I thought each of their costumes, for the most part, had something really unique about it that I loved. I mean, I genuinely loved most of their costumes. And we'll get to who my least favorite was.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think the reason Howie's is my favorite, and also the scariest, and also the coolest, is because the makeup for him wasn't a lot.
It wasn't.
It was basically like a wig, teeth, nails, and just like pale makeup.
But he got into character.
Really well.
Didn't he? He did. He got into character really well, because when you see the behind the footage,
and I think it's cool because Dracula is just a cool, you can be like mysterious and dark but seductive, but at the same time very like creepy and alluring at the same time, but also because, and like I said, because it has the least amount of makeup that went into it,
but the most amount of effort.
It seemed the most realistic. Yeah. The most human,
I agree.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought that when you saw the behind the scenes footage, and then like Howie is like bubbly and like kind of goofy and not... He doesn't come off seductive when you're like hearing his interview, right? Like he's just like, simple and sweet. But then I felt like character-wise, he transformed more than anybody, because he really got into that role.
It was like a 180.
It was a 180. And then even the way that he like moved his teeth when he was about to bite her neck, I thought was really cool. So I thought that you're right, like he had the minimal amount of makeup, but character-wise did the most transforming.
It was probably the most fun too, because AJ was probably fun too, in some of the similar ways that Howie's was, but like for like Howie, it's like, okay, you got to be like, you're like this monster, but also at the same time because of your human aspects, because you look like someone who could pass every day. Like your real thing is kind of like being very sexy and alluring.
Yeah.
I thought that was probably a lot of fun for him.
Yeah, I think so. And then the scene where he was like showing his fangs with the other women who were showing their fangs, I thought that was kind of creepy and really cool. I like that scene a lot. So that's my nomination for Howie for scariest costume.
Yeah. I wish they had like footage or like archive footage of just like all of his, just like so you could watch each individual like Backstreet Boys, just like all of their like takes.
Yeah.
Because I would probably watch Howie's first, and probably over and over again more than anybody else's, because it just seems so cool to watch. Just that.
I could see that.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah. For best makeup, I nominated Kevin. I thought that Kevin's makeup was so amazing. I loved the scales on his face. I loved, like, whatever they did for, like, those scales. I thought looked so cool. I thought it was very creative. He actually, I know for a fact, like, because I saw another clip, that he actually did have rats crawl on him in that one scene.
That's right.
So I thought that was really cool. Yeah.
What I thought was really cool, because during the All Access, there's one part where he was talking about his makeup. Mm-hmm. When he described the Mr. Hyde part,
yeah,
he described it as a mutant, but then also said like a more 90s, like a 90s feel. Mm-hmm. But he used the word mutant, which is funny because ever since that first X-Men movie, I've always associated his type of makeup with Mystique from the X-Men.
Oh, I could see that. Yes.
Which was Rebecca Romaine Stamos' character, and she was all blue, and she had like red hair.
Yeah.
And scales. Mm-hmm. And also eyes.
Yeah.
So it was like almost... Which is how she is or how that character is in the comic books, which like goes way back before the Everybody music video. So it's kind of like... It's coincidental, but very cool in a coincidental way.
No, I liked it. I thought I really... Like I said, I liked all their characters for different things, and I liked his, like, for the makeup. I thought it was a really good... He fit Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde really well. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a good pick.
One of the things I didn't like, though...
Oh, yeah.
So, the sets that I really liked... Mm-hmm. I think I really liked all of them except for Kevin's. I liked the bookcases in the beginning.
Oh, I
liked
it.
When it goes to like his laboratory in the back, that part, the set design for that seemed like really last minute.
Really? Aw.
I mean, we'll have to watch it again. Just look more closely. But I noticed it more in the All Access.
Okay.
And it just seemed not as well put together as the bookcase part as everything else.
That makes sense. I liked it, but yeah. Okay. All right. I picked, for Brian, I did best story arc. Because I thought he had an actual, like, story in there. I mean, I love the Wolfman costume. I thought he did a great job with that. I mean, he was great. But I thought that he actually had a little bit of a story as opposed to everybody else. So I thought his was the best.
Here's the one thing, though, is that he's the only one when they get to the old castle, you know, they get dropped off.
Yeah.
And then they go to their rooms. And he's the only one that everybody really, or that the Everybody music video in the beginning really focuses on.
Yeah.
But aside from Kevin, the other three aren't transformative monsters. It's not like a person transforms into the mummy.
Yeah.
A person doesn't transform into the phantom. They're already those. So the Wolfman or the werewolf is the only one that, aside from Dr. Jekyll, but that one was like half and half, so it would have been weird to shoot that. So that's probably why they focused on Brian, because his is the only monster that goes from human to monster. Mm-hmm. Like I said, with regards to the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, but the way they did it, it would have made more sense to not do it and just do Brian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I liked it a lot. I thought it was a good... If you had to pick any of the five to do that with, I thought that Brian's was the best. Mm-hmm. I really liked his makeup. I liked the wardrobe they picked for him. I thought the story was, good. I mean, personally, I think, like, the dead stuffed rabbit's not scary. But whatever. But it is what it is. But I thought his was, like, the best story arc out of all five. I nominated AJ for the best dance moves and choreography of the video. I thought for sure he had the most rhythm out of all of them. And I don't know if you noticed, he was like front and center
of the
dancing.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you notice that Nick was not really shot in the dance scenes? Like, he was kind of not really featured as well.
Because he's a bad dancer.
That's what I was
No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, was he not doing a good job? So they didn't like really show him at all. I don't know. That's just my thought. Because I have no clue. Because I didn't get to see him dance as much.
I don't know. It's the Backstreet Boys, not Nick and the Boys or Nick and the Backstreet Boys. So Nick doesn't always have to be front and center.
That's true. But AJ had some great dance moves. For Nick, I had chosen the cheesiest costume. I love Nick, as you know, but I was kind of underwhelmed with his costume choice. I didn't think his character was scary. I thought it was.
I thought it was fun.
It was fun. It was fun and cheesy, and all that stuff. But
plus, he plays it fun. He doesn't try to be scary.
No.
I mean, he tries to be scary when it intros him.
Yeah.
But then it's fun.
It's goofy. I would say goofiest costume was his. But he in the behind the scenes footage, he says that he wanted to be the lagoon. What was it? The lagoon character?
The creature from the Black
Lagoon. I was like, oh, that would have been so good. Not that the mummy wasn't good, but I do think his was the goofiest. I agree with you on that. Like, it wasn't scary by any means. It didn't have a story arc. There wasn't a lot to it, but he made it fun.
It's not a scary song either. It doesn't have scary lyrics.
It doesn't have... The lyrics aren't scary, but it's interesting because, the music that leads up to the chorus makes sense with the video, so I can kind of see that. But no, it's not scary, but it's definitely, he made it the funnest and the goofiest. Yeah. It
is funny that he has the line, "Am I sexual?" And he's probably the only monster that can't bone you. Right?
Yeah.
Because a vampire can bone you.
Yeah.
A Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde can bone you.
Wolfman.
A Wolfman will bone you.
Yeah.
And a Phantom of the Opera will bone you.
No, he could have the safest sex with you because he has lots of protection.
Which one?
The bandages. The mummy.
They seem loosely wrapped.
Oh, wow.
But if you want to take that risk, Taylor, well then, Mazel Tov.
If you had to, what would you say about each of the characters if you had to nominate them for anything? Or do you agree with all of my choices?
Hands down, was Howie was the best. Okay. And also because I think the director said that he wanted Howie to be more of a Lestat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you know that reference?
Yeah, from Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Anne Rice, I know. I have those books.
Which was Tom Cruise's character.
Yes.
Very cool. Yeah. Great movies. And it looked very cool on him.
It did. It was a good
really
pick.
Cool.
And I noticed this in the behind the scenes footage. I don't know if you did, but did you notice when Howie was mentioning about his vocal arrangement? And he was saying something like, yeah, usually I sing these kind of notes. And I was like, God damn it. Howie will never let these fucking vocals go. Even 10 years ago till now, he's really resentful about the vocal arrangements. I'm just saying, when I noticed that, I was like, man, Howie's got a bone to pick.
Yeah.
About those vocals.
Well, you know what? Just so you can walk in Howie's shoes. When we edit this, I'm going to turn all of your parts very low in volume so that can be barely heard. And then if you complain, I'm just going to say, shut up, Howie. Stop complaining. Is that fair?
Yeah, I can see. I can understand that. I get that. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. We're also not a group of 5, Jacob. Okay.
For those of you who are listening and aren't actually in the apartment right now as we're recording this live, the spookiest thing about this episode, I think, is that Taylor literally printed out the Wikipedia pages for the Everybody Backstreet's Back Wikipedia page.
I like to have research, Jacob, okay? Leave me alone.
Does your phone not crinkle enough when you scroll through?
You know what? I didn't want to...
Those aren't the wings of a bat flapping. Those are the pages of the Backstreet Boys Wikipedia page printed out and stapled together.
Oh my god.
With notes on them.
Listen, okay? I was going back to my roots, alright? Back in 8th grade, I would have had Wikipedia printed with notes written down, and if we were going back in time, I was trying to play up to the role. So I don't need your judgment, Jacob, alright? Alright, so speaking of judgment...
You don't need it, but you're going to get it.
That's true. That's true. Speaking of, I'll just...
Oh, okay.
mention,
wait, sorry.
No, it's
No,
okay.
wait. Okay.
Would you like
Wait, hold on. Yes, I'm doing this on purpose.
I know you are.
Okay. Okay, no, but... okay. Come on.
I hate you so much.
Please be professional.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Wait. Okay, so, no, but for real, so definitely Howie was my favorite.
Okay.
You know, you kept saying that Nick was goofy. I thought Nick was fun. I would say
Goofy
Nick was the
and fun
most...
are the same.
I think goofy can kind of mean stupid, but I think fun was like intentionally just like... I thought Nick was fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess, my two favorite standouts are basically... Howie and Nick, but also because, I feel like in the sense that they're very polar opposites.
Okay.
You know, Howie is very serious and scary and seductive and plays into the role where, Nick the Mummy is just kind of like, at first he's kind of like scary, but not even scary, he's just kind of like being a goofy, okay, yeah, goofy.
Oh, so I'm right.
Goofball.
All right. Well, I'm correct. Okay, so I'm gonna totally own this right now. Seeing these like videos from behind the scenes of 20 years ago made me realize that if I liked the Backstreet Boys 20 years ago, my favorite or who I was like the most attracted to would be totally different. Because like right now Nick's my favorite, okay? But I was like watching that video and I was like, oh.
As an adult now. It's AJ.
It's AJ and Brian. Can I just say that? I know that's shocking, but I was like, Brian's cheekbones are so defined.
As monsters or before they were
No, before they were monsters.
Okay.
I know. Brian was talking. I was like, oh, Brian is so cute. And then AJ and I was like, oh yeah, AJ's got it going on. Not to, like, no pun intended. But I seeing Nick in those videos, I don't think I would have found Nick the most attractive now, but I found him the most attractive 20 years ago.
No, if they were coming out now, then Nick would look like some kid that you would maybe babysit.
Yeah.
Howie too.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just because of the overalls.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been attracted to Howie, like 20 years ago or now. Like, just not my type. But that's okay. It doesn't mean I don't like him as a person. I'm just saying that I wouldn't date him.
Sure.
That's fine.
What's next?
I think, the only thing I wanted to say was, because this totally brought me back in time. So have you ever heard of the TV channel, The Music Box?
The Box?
Yes.
That was channel 13 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I would sit. This is so sad. This is how much I was obsessed with music and music videos. Because you had to call in, right? Remember, it was
just call in. You had to order the music video that you wanted to see.
Right. It was black with just like the bars, and it would have like the name and stuff.
And then
it was like
the numbers
yellow and white text.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the Box.
Oh yeah, and you had to like dial the number that you wanted for the video. So when the Backstreet Boys first came out,
here's the other thing.
Oh yeah.
It's not like those internet jukeboxes that they have in bars right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if something hasn't been selected, it'll play something random.
Yeah.
If something hadn't been selected, it wouldn't play anything.
Mm-hmm.
It would just have that. When I went to my dad's house, like that was like when I had like the room myself, the TV, that's what I would put on. And not a lot of stuff was being selected, but I would just like have it on and just like wait. Yeah. I was so patient to listen to anything.
Oh, what did you order on the box?
And then at home at my mom's, which is my main, I live with my mom. Mm-hmm. I had my own TV, which was my grandma's TV, which is like a really old tube TV, which is actually in that room still. Ah. It's very old.
Okay.
I would turn it on. I would turn on the box, channel 13. It would just be the list of songs going, and I would just keep it on forever. Mm-hmm. And then once I heard a song come on, whatever it was, whether I liked it or not, I would just sit and watch it, and it would be great. And then I think you usually got 2 plays when you called in.
Yeah, I think it was. I totally got in trouble because I went to my aunt's house, and well, 2 things. So like when I first discovered the box, not when I first discovered, but like As Long As You Love Me was the video that I would order on the box, and then it was Everybody. And when I saw on the box the doors that you first see in Everybody, like my heart literally skipped a beat. Like I was like, oh my god, it's on, and I'm like so excited. But I got in so much trouble because I went to my aunt's house and I ordered Everybody like I think 8 or 9 times back to back.
How much was that?
It's like
was it $1 for 2?
No, it was like $2.99 a song.
$3 for 1 song?
Yeah. So when she
I thought you got 2 plays per call.
I don't know. I don't remember. All I know is that she was super pissed that 8 times in a row I ordered Everybody, and then she was like, "What did you order?" Like. Again, a 13-year-old kid orders stuff online, and it's the Backstreet Boys. Like, it could have been so worse. It could have been, like, psychic calls, porn, obviously, anything. But I'm like, no. I'm going to rack up your bill with Everybody Backstreet's Back on the music box. So I'm so glad they don't have that anymore. But that was back in my day. That's how you would have to see the videos you loved.
Speaking of porn, they would have those phone sex lines.
Yes.
And obviously, you would get billed if you called from your own number.
Yeah.
So they used to have there was this diner, and it had. Now that I think about it, it's really sick that they would do it because that's why it was there. They used to have a phone thing in the bathroom. It was like an old-timey diner. I can't remember what it's called. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we go there, I would always slip into the bathroom and then like dial the. I think I would just 1-800, probably just sex.
Sure.
And listen till they asked for my card or something, and I'd hang up. I remember this vividly.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah, they used to have just like phones that you could pay for.
That's so weird.
They don't have it anymore. You have to have your own phone. Yeah.
But yeah, those are my notes.
Nice.
What are your notes?
What are my notes?
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right, so tell me your thoughts on the Everybody video. I know you wrote notes.
I did write notes. And they're good notes.
Are they on a Wikipedia page? Because if not, I beat you.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, sorry. All right.
Yeah.
When did this video debut?
March 31st, 1997.
No. That's when the song came out.
Ah, damn it. Hold on. I'm checking my Wikipedia page. Damn it! That's what it says! 1998.
You mean Wikipedia pages?
Fine, Jacob. When did it debut?
July 7th.
Ooh. Okay.
So they put out a scary Halloween-themed music video in the middle of the summer.
Everybody knows that there's Halloween in July, just like there's Christmas in June. Everybody knows this.
Nobody knows that. And who says that? Ugh.
Continue with your thoughts.
Ugh, fucking liberals. Alright. It's the first time I've sweared on this podcast.
No, it's not.
Because here's the thing, I never swear ever.
You don't swear. I swear a lot.
Yeah, I never swear
lot.
ever.
You know what? I've been told.
Because I'm a gentleman.
Because you're a gentleman. Well, I swear a lot because I'm not a lady. So there we go.
Here's the thing. Since I'm such like a butthead and very cynical and very just like...
dark and broody?
But I don't swear.
Yeah.
Would you consider me a gentleman then?
Yes.
Would you at least consider me PG?
Yeah, you're definitely PG, and I'll give you credit for that. But I just want to make a point that Natalie and I talked about this, that people, there's been studies that have shown that people that swear a lot are known to be very honest. So I like to think that while I swear a lot, I'm also very honest.
So are you telling me that at the job that I work at, which is with kids, I should start swearing at them?
No, you need to keep lying to children.
You heard it here first, folks. Taylor wants me to swear at children.
No, you have to keep lying to the children and not swearing.
This is why I don't swear, just because I just had to be like, okay, you can't swear anymore.
Yeah.
And because I work so many hours with kids, I mean, it's like
the whole day.
Like a week.
Yeah.
Like more than 3/4 of my week are spent being around kids and not swearing.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. No, I know, I can tell when people work with kids versus when they don't work with kids. No, this is true, because everyone I know that works with kids finds alternative words to curse words. Like, we work with Jeff, right? And then Jeff is like, he'll say oh my God, that's so stinky or poopy, instead of actually saying shit, you know? And you could tell when someone has been around kids so much that they have to find those alternate words. And obviously I don't. So I just curse like a sailor because I don't need to worry about censoring myself.
Right. Remember that time when you said that you read something that you said where people who swear are more honest?
I literally said that a minute ago, but yes.
So you remember that?
Yes.
And then do you remember last time you were here when we were editing and you said, you know what I like about you, Jacob? You're honest. But I never swear.
Yes.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy.
Or
contradictory?
Yeah, or
okay.
Opposite day.
Opposite day. I still stand by my comment that you're honest, and I still stand by my conversation that people that swear are most likely honest. So I believe in both of those things, even if they contradict each other, and I don't care. Now your thoughts.
All right, everybody video. Which video is this?
They're
of
8.
the oh.
Are you trying to trap me right now?
Where are the other 7? This is a trap now.
It is a trap now. You son of a bitch, you. That's fine. We've got it going on. Quit playing games with my heart. Anywhere for you. I'll never break your heart. I'm trying to think of their discography.
You need 3 more to win that car. 1 more for the dishwasher.
1 more for the dishwasher. All right. Get Down. You're the one for me.
2 more.
2 more, right? Oh, shit. God damn it. This is so much pressure. As Long as You Love Me. And I got one more, right? Do you know the songs? Did you look up the songs? Or can I just say random songs and you won't know the difference?
I haven't listened to any music
of
these
God.
guys
Okay.
except for whatever we've been
Fine.
talking.
All right. And then,
But
is that anywhere for you?
maybe I won't
Never
know,
Break
but
Your Heart.
the true fans listening will call you out.
They will. And
they'll
many
replace
have.
you.
And they'll replace
No, I'm just
me. They probably will. God
Maybe
damn
that'll
it.
be their Halloween costumes. Is you.
Ooh, I like that. Just be dead inside, and then you can be me.
Yeah, maybe they can Texas Chainsaw Massacre it and just.
There we go. Silence of the Lambs. Wear my face.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna guess the 7 one because I really want that car. I'm gonna say.
You got 20 seconds.
Oh my God! There's so much pressure.
Whatever. I'm
Okay.
bored. So, so the first. Do you want to actually know what my first note was?
Yeah.
For the Everybody video. Mm-hmm. Old timey.
Because they had those like Victorian outfits on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the puffy shirts.
Who do you think had the coolest one?
Well, is this a trick again?
Just my opinion. See if you were noticing.
It's Kevin's because his shirt was open and he had a nice bare chest. Bam.
Howie.
Why Howie?
Because Howie had purple and everybody had white and black.
Interesting.
Howie stood out.
Howie stood out. Of course you would pick Howie. What a shocker that is. It's not a shocker.
The next note that I put is Brian Wolf, but has tusk teeth, boar head flashes. So here's the thing: he calls himself a werewolf, but his teeth are very boarish,
Yeah.
like a boar.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay.
But the other thing is that they were talking about trying to make like a 90s version of Thriller.
Yeah.
The fact that he isn't a werewolf and is more of like a boar wolf
Yeah.
is similar to the Michael Jackson Thriller video, because the Michael Jackson Thriller, a monster, isn't a wolf. It's a cat.
Oh, that's a good point. But
Everybody calls it a werewolf,
Yeah,
but it's
but it's
not.
not.
It's a cat.
That's
it
true.
has cat features. Everything about it is a cat.
Yeah. Interesting. But you know what I thought was interesting was that they said that Everybody was a remake of, it was like a homage to Thriller, but no
Right.
one was a zombie.
Well,
Which
the
I thought
closest one was
interesting.
Nick.
I guess, but I wouldn't think of him as a zombie. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he was basically just a zombie wrapped in toilet paper.
I guess so then. Yes, all right. Continue.
The next note that I have is... This is so stupid. I had the stupidest notes alive. Next note says that AJ Mask reminds me of Cyborg from Injustice, which is a DC comic. Look up Cyborg DC Comics.
Okay. I'm looking at, but continue with your notes.
And then after that it says...
I could totally see that.
After that it says, parentheses, also meaty chunks underneath mask.
Meaty chunks underneath. I could see that.
Do you remember when they were doing the makeup and it looked
Yeah.
like they were just putting hamburger meat?
It did look like hamburger meat, yeah. On his face.
Maybe that's what Hamburger Helper is just
Ugh.
hamburger makeup.
Ugh.
That's why they call it Helper.
Was I the only one that noticed when Kevin was talking? Do you know who Kevin Federline is?
Yeah, it was Brittany's.
Yeah. I totally got Kevin Federline vibes when Kevin was talking. In that particular video.
Well, you are the only person ever alive who's ever watched Kevin Federline talk. What was his song?
He was a dancer. He was a backup dancer.
But he had a solo career.
Did he? Did he?
What do you mean, did he? He did.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll agree to disagree on that one.
All right.
Clearly not well. So, but anyway.
Tune in next week where we do the Kevin Federline episode on the Backstreet's whatever podcast. Oh my God.
Oh God. How are we already an hour into this? By the way.
Oh, another note that I put is AJ's new name is Boner.
Oh my God. Seriously, when Brian said we nicknamed him Boner, I was like, you've got to be shitting me, right?
So, Boner.
Is that it for notes?
That's it for notes.
That's it for notes.
So that was our Halloween episode where we talked about the spookiest Backstreet Boys video, which was the Everybody video, because obviously they're all monsters. Actually, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, in a previous episode, we did Marry, Bone, Kill.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember
Yes,
that? Do you remember who it was?
For me and for you?
No, I mean, did you remember who the picks were?
Yes, it was AJ, Nick, Howie.
AJ, Nick, Howie.
Yes.
And Nick was...
I was gonna
Pippin?
bone Nick. Oh, he was Pippin, yes. He was Pippin.
AJ was...
Rodman. And then Howie was Benny the Bull.
Right. So, replacing Nick, AJ, and Howie. Mm-hmm. Marry, Bone, Kill.
Okay.
Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
The Mummy.
Uh-huh.
Or Dracula. And it wasn't exactly Dracula. It was a Lestat type of vampire. So we'll say that type.
Oh, this is tough.
So, obviously, we'll kill Nick. The Mummy.
Oh my God.
Anyway. If you bone a mummy or marry a mummy, you're dead to me. You're a zombie. Just FYI. No judgment. Just FYI.
Oh my God, this is so tough. Okay. Oh God.
Who would you marry?
You're making me question everything I believe in right now.
Would you marry the Phantom who looks like a cyborg from the DC comics with medium rare lunch meat or steak meat under his mask?
No, I'm listening to you. I'm just okay. So, oh dear God, this is so much pressure. All right, fine. You're making me question all my beliefs, and I hate you for that. I would bone the Phantom of the Opera because based on his dance moves, he's good in the bedroom. So I think that's a fair assessment. I would marry the vampire because he would never die on me.
No.
And probably might be an intimate lover. So I get the best of both worlds. And I would kill the mummy even because I'm already dead inside, so what does it matter? Yeah. Because if I had to base the character off the mummy, he does not seem like he would be a good time. I mean, goofy, yes, but yeah. That was, how dare you make me kill Nick? Oh God. I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah, that sure was a crime where I had to make you kill some guy named Nick who was in a band. Or still is in a band. Whatever. Me, I would bone Dracula.
Obviously.
Because I feel like the human version of Dracula is Prince.
Oh, and you love Prince.
I do love Prince.
Yeah.
Obviously kill the mummy. Because what do they have to offer? Nothing. They're trash. They're garbage. That's why they're rolled up in toilet paper.
Okay, go ahead. And you married the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like the Phantom of the Opera and I have the most in common.
That's true.
I feel like second most in common will probably be the Dracula. But I feel like the Phantom has a little bit more class. Has a little bit more human aspects. And, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now, the last two.
Okay.
Marry, bone, kill. You don't have to kill somebody. You can just marry somebody and bone somebody.
Okay. Between the two?
Marry, bone, kill with the Wolfman, Werewolf, and Dr. Jekyll. Oh, okay, actually. So, Dr. Jekyll.
Okay.
Mr. Hyde. The Wolfman. Marry, bone, kill.
You know, I gotta say, watching that old video of the Backstreet Boys, I'm gonna bone Brian. I'm gonna do it. The Wolfman.
Okay.
That just sounds like fun. And then, I would kill Jekyll. Wait. Jekyll is the one with the scales, right? Or is that Hyde?
Jekyll's the scientist.
Oh, so then
Hyde is the monster.
Okay, I would kill Hyde, and I would marry Jekyll. Because, of course, I'd marry Kevin. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a crier and a lover. I mean, he's a total package. So that is my pick. And I have no regrets about any of that. Not like you shamefully made me kill Nick, you savage. Horrible. How dare you make me kill Nick?
So, let's just point out that Taylor called me a savage.
Oh my God.
For those of you listening at home who aren't live in my apartment right now as this is recording, I am a person of color.
Oh my God! Why would you say that? Oh my God.
Why would I say that? Because I am.
Do you want me to say monster? Would that be more appropriate?
Let's just put down for the record
Oh my God.
that instead of person of color, Taylor would rather say monster.
Really? I hate you so much. Oh, we're editing all of that out, by the way.
So the last thing that we watched was the Street Boys. Mm-hmm. It was 2 videos. One was, the first one we watched was the parody of I Want It That Way. The second one we watched was of Everybody. And personally, myself, I said heavenly. Maybe heavenly, yeah. I meant to say heavily.
Yeah.
But also heavenly. I heavenly and heavily endorse these videos because they are very funny. They're very creative. And they're very funny. And whether you're a fan of horror movies or a fan of the Backstreet Boys or a fan of both, if you're a fan of both, you'll really love them. But they are great. They're funny. They're creative.
Halloween is my favorite holiday, and it's my favorite holiday because I think it's not, even though it does have a commercial aspect to it, I think it's the most creative. I think it's super fun. Lots of candy, obviously. And there's something interesting about the fact that in America, there's a holiday dedicated to murder, blood, guts, gore, and scaring the shit out of you that seems to be appealing to everybody. So, I mean, I have to say, it's probably the most disturbing, but I love it. And so that's my favorite holiday. And the fact that they took something that I love and that is endearing to me and wrapped it into my favorite holiday makes it a very good endorsement. So yes, I love the Street Boys, and they did such a great play of words. I have to say, their play of words was very creative and impressive.
It was It was really funny. It was really well thought out. It was really good.
It was. Yeah, I agree.
Both on the... I mean, it was like you had two planes, the Backstreet Boys and the horror movie fan plane, and they were able to both mesh them perfectly.
Yes.
I felt like.
I know, I agreed. It was so entertaining, and whoever thought of that concept did a great job, and kudos to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big kudos.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And it's so perfect to talk about for our Halloween episode, so we had to talk about them.
Right. So if you get a chance, please check it out. I think, like I said, if you're a horror movie fan, if you're a Backstreet Boys fan, you will really appreciate it. So last question, Halloween costume. Or what? Well, okay, so do you dress up for Halloween?
You know what? I haven't really dressed up in a few years, but I love doing it. I have really missed out on costumes and dressing up and stuff like that. But I think one of the best costumes I did was in grade school. I did Carrie.
Oh.
Yeah, I got like a really like white like old prom dress. I think it's like 5th or 6th grade, and I put fake blood all over me.
Nice.
I wanted to, but I don't have the balls to do the girl from The Exorcist. But I think that costume would be outstanding. I've always wanted to, but I'm terrified of the girl from The Exorcist. She like freaks me out so much.
Maybe when you get your car, we can just put like mattress covering over your car, and you just can puke out the side of your car.
There we go. And then, oh my God.
That's good, right?
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. I think the last time I dressed up, I was maybe like the Queen of Hearts for Halloween. I did that. But I like doing a lot of makeup, scary stuff. I think that's fun. So what about you? When's the last time you dressed up?
I actually hate dressing up. I hate having to think about that. I don't care for it.
Interesting.
Because I feel like, I don't know. I mean, personally, I'm just like a dark kind of guy. I'm very brooding. So when it's like, when Halloween comes, it's just like, why do I need to do it? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Why did you want to do a Halloween episode?
Because I love Halloween.
Oh, what do you love about Halloween?
Well, I love horror movies. I love scary movies. I just love everything about the aspects of, you know, Halloween culture. Just like lore and campfire stories, just like being scary and...
Oh, do you have a real ghost story? Because I do.
Do I have a real ghost story? I don't think I do.
Can I tell you my real ghost story? Because I have a real one.
Okay.
So I realize that we're what we are on time. Okay, so here's a real ghost story. I have 2 real ghost stories, but I mean I have many, but these are the 2 real cool ones. So I was in New Orleans. It was my 26th birthday, and I go with my good friend on a trip to New Orleans, and we stay in this like Garden District bed and breakfast hotel. And I think it's the day after my 26th birthday. I wake up in the middle of the night. It's 1 a.m. and there is a man that walks past the foot of my bed. And he was dressed in World War I attire. He was a blue aura, and I could see through him, but I could see his like costume very clear, or his wardrobe very clearly. And he walked past the foot of my bed. And I promise you, I was not dreaming. I woke up and I saw him walk past the foot of my bed, and I put the covers over my head, and I could not sleep the rest of the night because I had no idea what was happening, and I was like paralyzed with fear. I was so freaked out. That is like the best real ghost story ever.
Mazel Tov.
Thank you. Thank you. The second thing also happened in New Orleans. We were same trip. My friend and I were staying at we were at a restaurant, and they're I think it's called Antoine's or something like that, and it's notoriously known for being a haunted restaurant. And my friend doesn't believe in ghosts or like God or anything spiritual. Like she's like very much removed from all of that, and so they tell us that the restaurant's haunted. And they say that there's a room above us that's called the seance room, and that is where the former owner named Antoine killed himself. And I guess he was in debt and like was running out of money and decided to kill himself. So that is the room where a lot of people said that they felt his presence. So we're having lunch, we're having a good time. And we asked the waitress, we were like, we've heard about this seance room. Can we go up to see it? And she said, yeah, sure, absolutely. So me and my friend walk up to this room. And we're about to enter the room. And I literally feel all of the air being sucked out of the room. I feel like this pressure on my chest and I can't breathe. Like it was very intense, and I could just feel like it just felt like you couldn't really move because everything just felt very like locked.
Sure.
So the room itself was fine. I didn't see anything, but I felt this weird thing. So my friend turns to me and she's like, do you want to like get out of here? And I'm like, yeah, I want to leave. And I didn't tell her what I was feeling. But we're walking downstairs, and again, mind you, she's not easily afraid or believes in it, like that kind of stuff. And she says to me, she's like, I feel like I couldn't breathe when I was in that room. And I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what I was feeling. So like these two encounters in New Orleans, I would say was like super creepy and weird. But I promise you on everything, I saw that man cross the foot of my bed. Yes. And I will never forget that memory. So that's my ghost story. Yes. Perfect for Halloween. So, anyway, yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
All right. Cue laugh track. For those of you who don't know who Natalie is, don't worry about it. She's not worth knowing.
Oh my God.
No, just kidding.
Oh my God. So mean. Oh my God.